March 3, 1996, a quiet evening in Caledonia, Wisconsin. 17-year-old Marissa Clarke leaves her part-time shift at a local diner, never to return home. Her red Pontiac Sunbird was found abandoned off Route 38. The engine still warm, her purse inside. No sign of struggle, no sign of Marissa. For 25 years the case went cold. No suspects, no solid leads, just one girl, gone without a trace. Then in 2021, something strange happened. A man walked into the Racine County Sheriff's Office. He sat down, hands trembling, and said, "I have to confess, I killed Marissa Clarke." Start from the beginning. Who are you? My name is Gregory Aames. I knew Marissa. I've carried this secret for too long. Gregory Aames. A quiet, unassuming man in his late 40s, no criminal record, lived just 2 blocks from Marissa back in 1996. He told detectives he'd driven her home once after her shift. They'd talked. He said she was kind. Too kind. Then, the night of her disappearance, he claimed they argued. She tried to get out of the car. He panicked, said he didn't mean to hurt her. And just like that, after 25 years of silence, a confession. But something didn't add up. The location he gave, no body was found. The method he described didn't match the initial crime scene evidence. He claimed he buried her near Husher Creek. Cadaver dogs found nothing. Then came the most chilling twist. DNA evidence from Marissa's car, preserved from 1996, was tested again using modern forensics. The results? No match to Gregory Aames. In fact, it matched an entirely different man, a drifter named Sean Weller, deceased in 2007 from an overdose, arrested in '95, just months before Marissa vanished. So why did Gregory confess? He always seemed lonely, strange, like he was carrying a weight. Was it guilt? Or obsession? Detectives began to suspect Gregory never killed Marissa, but believed he did. Or maybe he just wanted to be connected to her. A forensic psychologist evaluated him. They stated he showed signs of confabulation, blurring fantasy with memory. But still, why now? Why after 25 years? Gregory offered only this: I had dreams. Every night, she'd be standing by the road, waiting. I couldn't take it anymore. Today, Gregory Aames remains in psychiatric custody. No charges filed, because, well, the real killer may already be dead. And Marissa Clarke, her body has never been found. 1 confession, 2 suspects, no justice. He waited 25 years to confess, but was it guilt, delusion, or something far more unsettling? This is Vanished Whispers. Subscribe for more real-life mysteries that may never be solved. Witness statement. I saw a red car parked by the old mill that night. A man was standing outside, pacing. He looked nervous. I thought it was odd, but I didn't think much of it until I heard about Marissa. The man? He wasn't Gregory. He was taller, with a beard. I'm sure of it. Police transcript. Detective, can you describe the man you saw? Witness? He wore a dark jacket, maybe blue. He kept looking over his shoulder. Detective, did you see Marissa? Witness, no, just the car and the man. Detective, anything else? Witness, he dropped something shiny near the ditch. Voiceover, Unsettling Evidence. Weeks later, police recovered a silver locket from the ditch. Inside was a faded photo of Marissa as a child. Her mother confirmed it was hers, but Gregory insisted he'd never seen it before. Voiceover, Forensic Twist. Forensics found partial fingerprints on the locket. They didn't match Gregory, Sean Weller, or anyone in the database. The prints belonged to an unidentified individual, someone still out there. Voiceover, Open-ended Mystery. The case files remain open. The town whispers about a third man, a shadow in the background. Marissa's family still waits for answers. The truth, it seems, is destined to remain just out of reach. Voiceover witness statement. I was driving home late that night, around midnight. I saw headlights near the old quarry. There was a woman standing by the road, waving her arms. I slowed down, but when I looked again, she was gone. I always wondered if it was Marissa, or just my imagination. Voiceover police transcript. Detective, we received a tip about a man seen near the quarry. Officer, the witness described him as older, limping, wearing a green jacket. Detective, did you find anything? Officer, tire tracks, cigarette butts, and a torn piece of red fabric. Voiceover, Unsettling Evidence. Forensics matched the cigarette butts to a local man, Thomas Grady, who had a history of stalking women. But Grady died in a fire in 2002. The red fabric matched Marissa's uniform from the diner. Voiceover character focus, Marissa's mother. I still set a place for her at the table. Every birthday I light a candle. I just want to know what happened to my girl. The not knowing is the hardest part. Voiceover final twist. In a sealed envelope found in Gregory's belongings, police discovered a letter addressed to Marissa's family. It read, "I'm sorry for the pain. I wanted to help, but I was too afraid. There's more to the story. Look for the man with the limp." The case once again takes a new turn. Conclusion. The investigation continues, but the town of Caledonia holds its breath. Marissa's memory lingers, her story echoing through every street. Some mysteries are never solved, but hope endures. For Marissa, for her family, for the truth. Just when the town began to settle back into uneasy silence, a new voice shattered the quiet. 17-year-old Jamie Porter, a name never before tied to the case, steps forward. Jamie claims to have seen Marissa on the night she vanished, standing at the edge of Miller's Bridge talking to someone in a dark sedan. Jamie hesitated for years, fearing no one would believe a teenager out past curfew. But guilt has a way of gnawing at the conscience. In a trembling recorded statement, Jamie recounts the details, the glint of a silver bracelet on Marissa's wrist, the way she looked over her shoulder, almost as if she sensed she was being watched. This new testimony sends shockwaves through the investigation, raising new questions about the timeline and the people who crossed Marissa's path that fateful night. Scene 33. Police transcript, a new lead emotion, 3 music investigative subtle tension, low piano. Detectives waste no time. The following morning, Jamie sits down with Detective Alvarez. The official transcript reveals a nervous but determined witness. Jamie describes the driver male, late 20s, sharp jawline, a faded tattoo on his left forearm. Detective Alvarez's questions grow sharper. Could this be someone the police overlooked, or is it a case of mistaken identity? The transcript, released to the public, reignites speculation and suspicion within the community. Scene 34. Unsettling Evidence, the bracelet emotion. 4 music. Eerie, haunting, slow build days later. Search teams comb the banks beneath Miller's Bridge. What they find stops everyone cold. A silver bracelet, engraved with the initials, MS. It's Marissa's. The bracelet, weathered but unmistakable, had been missed in previous searches. Forensic analysis reveals faint traces of blood, too degraded for DNA but enough to suggest a struggle. The discovery casts doubt on prior theories and leaves the town reeling. Who was Marissa with, and why did she never return home? Scene 35, Character Spotlight, Detective Alvarez emotion, 3 music, somber, reflective, minimalistic. As the investigation deepens, Detective Alvarez's resolve hardens. Haunted by past failures and driven by a personal sense of justice, Alvarez pores over old files late into the night. We learn about Alvarez's own daughter, lost to a different tragedy years ago. This isn't just a case anymore, it's a mission. Alvarez's empathy for Marissa's family fuels every lead, every interview, every sleepless night. Scene 36, The Anonymous Letter. Emotion 5, music mysterious, suspenseful, light strings. Then a letter arrives at the police station. No return address. Inside, a single sentence scrawled in shaky handwriting. "You're looking in the wrong place." Enclosed is a photograph of Marissa, taken the week she disappeared, standing next to a car that matches Jamie's description. The photo is postmarked 2 days ago, suggesting someone is still watching, still hiding. The letter plunges the investigation into chaos and fear, as Marissa's family wonders, is the sender the perpetrator, a witness, or something else entirely? Scene 37, the final interview. Emotion. 5 music, dramatic, emotional, hopeful. Detective Alvarez calls in Gregory Aames again. This time Gregory's demeanor has changed. He's tired, defeated. The new evidence, the witness, the letter, it's all too much. In an emotional interview, Gregory breaks down, confessing not to the crime but to a lifetime of secrets and regrets. He reveals a falling out with Marissa, an argument he never got to resolve. But he insists through tears that he didn't harm her. The truth, it seems, remains just out of reach. Scene 38, the resolution. Emotion 5. Music, hopeful, gentle, uplifting. With the new evidence, police finally identify the man in the sedan, a drifter with a criminal record, now deceased. DNA from the bracelet links him to another unsolved assault nearby. While Marissa's body is never found, the case is officially closed. Closure comes in fragments, the truth, the heartbreak, and the hope that Marissa's spirit will never be forgotten. The town gathers for a candlelight vigil, honoring a life lost and a mystery finally laid to rest. Just as investigators pore over the anonymous photograph, a sharp-eyed forensic analyst notices something chilling in the background, a partial reflection in the car's window. The reflection is unmistakably Marissa's, but she isn't alone. Next to her, blurred but visible, is the outline of a second figure, someone not previously accounted for in any witness statement or police report. The silhouette is oddly familiar, a figure with long hair pulled back, wearing a distinctive varsity jacket from the local high school, the same design worn by Marissa's closest friend, Leah Turner. Detectives immediately re-examine Leah's alibi. Her prior statement, considered airtight, now seems riddled with inconsistencies. Why did Leah never mention being at Miller's Bridge that night, and why does she suddenly stop responding to police calls? As rumors swirl, the town is thrown into a frenzy of suspicion and fear. Was Marissa's disappearance the result of a stranger's violence, or was someone closer to her hiding the darkest secret of all? The revelation cracks the case wide open, forcing everyone, friends, family, and investigators, to question everything they thought they knew. The mystery, once thought to be unraveling, only deepens. Just as suspicion mounts around Leah Turner, a new piece of evidence arrives at the police station: a torn, weathered envelope with no return address. Inside is a single sheet of paper, typed in all caps. "You're looking in the wrong place." The letter goes on to detail a series of cryptic clues, references to a hidden trail behind Miller's Bridge, a rusted mailbox on Old Pine Road, and a warning: trust no one who was there that night. Detectives scramble to follow the trail, each step deepening the mystery. The anonymous letter suggests not only that Marissa's disappearance was orchestrated, but that the truth is buried deeper than anyone imagined. As investigators race against time, the town is gripped by a new wave of paranoia. Friends turn into suspects and every alibi is questioned. With Leah still missing and the sender of the letter lurking in the shadows, one thing becomes clear: someone out there knows exactly what happened to Marissa, and they're determined to keep it a secret. The case, once on the brink of closure, now teeters on the edge of chaos, and the real story may be even more sinister than anyone dared to believe. In the aftermath of the anonymous letter, the final pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. Investigators, galvanized by the cryptic clues, uncovered the hidden trail behind Miller's Bridge, where evidence long thought lost was finally brought to light. The rusted mailbox on Old Pine Road contained a faded photograph revealing the faces of those present the night Marissa vanished. The truth, once buried beneath years of secrets and guilt, finally emerged. Gregory Aames' confession, once clouded by doubt, was clarified by new forensic evidence, confirming his role in the cover-up, but also exposing others who had manipulated the narrative for decades. Leah Turner, whose name was whispered in suspicion, was finally exonerated. The real orchestrator, someone no one had suspected, was brought to justice. For Marissa's family, the years of uncertainty and pain gave way to bittersweet closure, a chance to grieve, to remember, and, ultimately, to heal. The small town, forever changed, learned hard lessons about trust, forgiveness, and the ripple effects of secrets kept too long. The investigators, haunted by the case, found solace in the truth finally revealed. And for those who watched from the sidelines, the story of Marissa's disappearance became a reminder that even in the darkest mysteries, hope can endure. Justice, however delayed, was finally served. And as the sun rose on a town slowly piecing itself back together, the message was clear: healing is possible, and the truth, however painful, can set us free.